Hello, welcome back. This is Miniature Mike, and I thought it'd be fun to not just do one squad video, but just kind of do a little session of taking a look at a community squad, and then also showing off some squads based off of some previous characters I've talked about, and then also some of the characters that we just talked about in my latest Savage video. If you haven't taken a look at it, I released it yesterday, or 2 days ago at least, and it's just going over the Savage characters. Really cool ones, and there's some, we're going to see if we can do some weird out-of-the-box things. So some of them may be more interesting, some of them a little bit more far-fetched, but we'll see what we can do. First things first, though, and this actually goes along with my video that I put out just recently, so I want to show off a really hilarious video, basically, a squad, I mean, a really funny squad that I noticed just today. So it's this one right here, Stealth Rancor, and it's just so funny, oh my gosh. So it's a 100-point squad. And essentially what you got going on is you have Nominor and the Rancor, and he uses Parambol, or Ulov Masker, on the Rancor, because it's a commander, it's not a commander effect. So the Rancor now has stealth, and then you use a Varactyl Wrangler to essentially kind of like maybe be around the corner to give the Rancor invisibility, essentially. So you have this gigantic Rancor there, who just has a tile maybe in green, or just, you know, very easily concealed in cover. And you can't touch him. You can't get to him at all or anything like that. And I thought this was hilarious. And then finally have some advanced scouts to kind of top it off. Do Thud Bug, you know, get our characters activated. When I first saw this squad and looked at it, I just like busted up laughing because, I mean, let's be real, the idea of an invisible Rancor is so funny and so silly. So yeah, even if you kill the Varactyl Wrangler, the Rancor still has stealth because of Nominor, which is really funny, but it's cool. I just want to show this off. So big kind of shout out to AK Adam 118. I don't know if you watch these videos. If you do, definitely comment for sure. Love to connect the two together. But I had to show this because it was a Savage and it was such a funny idea. So let's move on now to some of the ones I was putting together. Let's do this one. So I got 3 squads I want to show off and put together. One of them is me and a couple of viewers were thinking about what are some ways you can make the Gundark more interesting. The Gundark has nice stats, really nice stats. It has quad attack, but it only does 10 damage, and that kind of is underwhelming. So I want to think, well, what can I do to get around that? And the Rebels have the way to do it. So I can call this 150. We got a Gundark problem. Another lame name, so that's one thing I'm not known for is interesting names, and that is totally fine. So I'm going to put the Gundarks in last, but I need to think, what do I need to make these Gundarks succeed? Let's do this. So first things first, I want the Ithorian Commander. Oop. There we go. So the Ithorian Commander is going to give, after Empathy, of course, is going to give these guys +4, +10. That's going to be really scary. That means they're going to have 16 attack, 20 damage a pop. That's 80 damage if you get kind of, and that's gonna be like instant damage. 16 attack, that's like, against most people, that's like a certain hit. So very nice there to get that Ithorian Commander worked in. And then let's see, what else do I want to do with these guys as well? I want to get, so I'm gonna kind of break my usual rule or whatever, but I'm gonna put Riken in here because this, you'll see how this goes. So General Riken, after Empathy, he's going to give these guys evade and mobile attack, so therefore they can, they're just going to have more survivability overall. But let's build upon this even farther and be crazy. Let's see, Black Sun Vigo. Okay, so hear me out. We're going to do the Twi'lek Black Sun Vigo. So then after Empathy, they're going to have evade. Because they have evade, they're going to have greater mobile attack. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to rack up 3 or 4 Gundarks that are going to get the attack bonus and damage bonus from the Ithorian Commander, but they're going to be able to move 6 squares and use all these attacks. So it's going to be just filthy, just disgusting, super strong, super powerful, and let's get going. So let's start with 3 Gundarks, because these guys are going to be really hard to, they got good stats. With evade and, you know, being more mobile, they're going to be a pain to kill in the first place. So I'm a lot less worried about them. I'm just not very worried about them like having problems or dying. So I'm going to start with 3 Gundarks. And then I need to do some Varactyl Wranglers Varactyl Wranglers. Let's grab 3 of them for now. I'm just gonna spam these guys because they do cost 6. That's not ideal, but it's still pretty cheap. So I want to have enough of these guys that it can be, they'll be around. They'll be able to help out and kind of take care of stuff. What's next? So they like the Gundarks. They can move. You just got all the extra attack and damage. You can even do something like this with the Wampa. I might throw in a Wampa later if I need to fill room. However, I have some commander effects. So Recans is good. This guy's is good. Ithorian Commander is good. No, it was Twi'lek. Twi'lek, I need to give some mouse droids to help out a little bit here. So let's do some mouse droids. And by the way, I apologize if you hear any noise. I got a 3D printer rolling right now. It's right next to the computer. So usually I've noticed it's not a problem, but you know, it can be sometimes. So let's grab 2 mouse droids. Let's grab for some doors so I can kind of have some control going on there. I could do an R2 unit, but I think I'll pass. I think I'll just do a couple of cheap demolitionists. Let's do 2 of these guys. Demolitionists, that looks good. And then, let's see. So these guys, the Gundark's going to be just filthy. But what else do I want to throw in here that's going to be nice, just kind of filler pieces? Rhodium Brute is tempting, because with the Rhodium Brute, he's going to have all the survivability. It's going to be cheap. He's going to have more damage. He's going to have the Ithorian Commander, Riken. I might throw these guys in as just kind of fodder to help out, and then the Gundarks can kind of come in and finish the job later. So I like 2 mouse droids. I think 3 Varactyl Wranglers is good enough. They just need to kind of be back. And let's fill in the rest with Rhodium Brutes. So I'm 2 under, but there's nobody else I really want to put in here anyway. Nothing really jumps out at me. So let's fill it in with the last Rhodium Brute. So we got lots of activations here. Ooh, hold on a second. I think I got a better idea. Yeah. Let's do Dodonna instead. Yeah, Dodonna will be better than Rhodium Brutes simply because I'll be able to... The fodder's nice, but it will be nice to be able to better control, you know, the activations and stuff, so I prefer that. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to set this to public. I'll put a comment just explaining the squad. But yeah, I like this. This would be a lot of fun. So what you got here is you got Gundarks. Awesome stats with the Ithorian Commander. Crazy high attack, nice damage. They can move and attack. They'll have evade, which will be very powerful. Of course, you got to keep the Varactyl Wranglers nearby. Mouse droids will help with some of the Black Sun Commander effect, and then Demolitionists can just kind of get you into places. So I'm liking it. Looks like a lot of fun. A really interesting way to maybe make Gundarks kind of interesting. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments on what's a better way to go about it. But let's move on now to my silly squad that I was thinking about. I wanted to make the Crate Dragon just be ridiculous, like just super ridiculous. So I'm gonna make the Crate Dragon. I'm gonna make him a Mandalorian, because Mandalorian conscription makes everybody in your squad. It's gonna be Mandalorian now. Yep. So all characters in your squad are Mandalorian, and that's a commander. That's not a commander effect. So the young Crate Dragon's a Mandalorian, and then I got the young Crate Dragon. So he's gonna gain twin attack from the captain. So let's grab Captain. So now he's going to give the young Crate Dragon twin attack, which is so silly. And on top of twin attack, I want to do... Let's do something else that's pretty silly. Jabba, Crime Lord. I want to give him non-unique fringe followers gain cunning. So I want to give him cunning as well. And now I got a lot of things I got to fill in the sides. So let's grab Captain and Crime Lord. So I'm going to need a few things here. I'm going to need a bunch of mouse droids. So let's grab a bunch of mouse droids here. Yeah, let's grab just a bunch of mouse droids just to make sure that this Crate Dragon, he's going to need a charge, which kind of sucks because I'm going to need to get this equipment up close and then get him to charge in there. So like I said, this isn't super competitive squad, but it's just a fun way to make the young Crate Dragon even more funny, like a menace, basically. Make him a Mandalorian, give him twin attack. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's do this now. Let's grab some Varactyl Wranglers. Oh, am I even spelling it right? Yeah, we got this. Let's grab 4 of these guys. If we can grab 4 of them. Yeah, let's grab 4 of these guys. And then finally, I'm going to do 1 Demolitionist, just to be able to have a little bit of door control. So what we got going on here is Mandalore the Ultimate, great piece by himself. Mandalorian followers. Yep, so Mandalore the Ultimate, he's going to be great, just a nice support piece. He's going to give Mandalorian allies, he's going to give them all charging fire. So that's especially going to be effective for the captain. Will be nice for him, but it's not like it's all that big of a deal, but it is nice. But both, basically, the Crate Dragon, he's going to gain twin attack, and he's going to gain cunning attack. So he'll be able to charge, and when he charges, he's going to be able to charge for basically 20 attack. No, not 20 attack, excuse me. He's going to be able to charge for potentially 16 attack, 60 damage, 2 attacks, and to support it, definitely got to get, Fractal Wranglers in place, Mouse Droids, Agnaut Demolitionist, but you could just use Mandalore the Ultimate to kind of bait people out to you, and then once you have the right situation, this guy can just be like a battering ram, smash him down. So, like I mentioned, this is more of a, this is definitely much more of like a, I don't know, silly squad, but I hope you guys enjoy it. I think it's a fun way to maybe spice up the young Crate Dragon just a little bit. It would be fun to try it out sometime. I'll have to get a young Crate Dragon. It's one of the characters I'm still missing. I think of like the, 900 or not 1,000 minis. I'm missing about 35 of them, and the young Crate Dragon's one of them. So I'll pick them up at some point, but the last squad I want to show off, this one's already on Bloomilk. But I've used this squad in the past and have had so much fun with it. But this is a new little wrinkle that's even better. So what we got here, it's 150 Bothan Commandos Power Blasters. And it's a different Rebel Commando spin. So instead of using Super Stealth, the Bothan Commandos, they don't have stealth at all. So because they don't have stealth at all, I can't use the Strike Leader, because the Strike Leader only works with Commandos that have stealth. But Crix Maydeen is still awesome here. So what I got is got these Bothan Commandos. The Bothan Commando is 16 cost, 40 HP, 16, 6, and 20. Not the best attack, but it's okay because these guys, they're really revolving around using intuition. So if you depending on how initiative goes, if you win initiative, because it's after initiative's determined, you can move into a position that's great for shooting. And then you don't move, you get careful, you get Deadeye. So this guy can do 10 attack, 30 damage. And I thought, let's make this even better. So Crix Maydeen, he's going to be able to give those guys, he's going to give the Commandos Cunning 20, and they are Commandos. And that's the really fun part. So Crix Maydeen gives these guys, now it'll be, if for intuition, the cool thing about this is so good is they have intuition. So it's like, hey, I won initiative, now I know I can move 2 guys out into position, and they can have cunning attack now, and I know it. And then I mixed Han Solo Rebel Hero in here as well to be able to give them advantageous attack, which is basically like the slightly weaker version of cunning attack, but it's a different power, so it stacks. So you essentially be like, okay, I won initiative, let's take advantage of advantageous and cunning. You can move these guys into a position where they're going to be able to have 14 attack and 60 damage per pop, which is just so silly. And then you have General Dodonna in there so that you can, like, if you want to use 2 guys, you can. If you want to use 1 guy, depending on circumstance, you can. So Dodonna will be always, a great guy to kind of mix around. But these guys just kind of give him position. And then if you maybe don't win initiative, you guys can use intuition to get them out of place or something like that. So I think this is a super fun way to get these guys just like so much firepower, and it's really good attack too. So just a blast. I actually had a guy comment, he said, you should use the Strike Leader. Super Stealth will help them get more big hits off. And I was like, sorry man, these are Bothan Commandos, they don't do Super Stealth. I gotta work with what I got here at the Bothan Commandos. So anyway, that's the last squad I wanted to talk about. I hope you guys enjoy them. They're all kind of fun. I definitely really like the Bothan Commando squad. I think it's pretty cool. Then the Gundark squad, I think this is a really cool one too. The Commando Crate squad, a little more silly, but still kind of fun to be kind of more outside the box there. And then that original Rancor squad, making the invisible Rancor, I think that's hilarious. So kudos to that contributor there. So that's all I got today. So I hope you enjoy. Please like, please subscribe, and again, definitely keep commenting. I love and appreciate all the awesome dialogue that's out there. It's been a blast to just get more discussion going and have a lot of fun with the game. So with that, I'll see you next time.